I have a Ford Focus 2012 in today for our water leak procedure, so I'm just going to show you what we've found so far. So first thing we're going to concentrate is the driver's rear door. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of water down the outside of the window. It should simulate that it's running out the bottom of the door, which it is doing. But if we look closely, we can see a tiny little drop here starting to come through. So that's obviously the driver's rear door membrane leaking. If we now come round to the back of the car, what we've got our twisty camera, which goes up into a box section. If we look closely, we can see the vent there. So what we're going to do is I've just pulled the bumper back a little bit. So we're going to pour some water down here on the back side, so it goes onto the back of the air vent. And if we go on the inside here, as I'm pouring, there we go, so we can see it coming in quite heavily there. So that would be both rear air vents are doing exactly the same. And then what's then happening is we can see that all the back of the floor pan's wet. We've got wetness signs in the back here, and what it's actually doing is it's using these side bits as a gully. And then what it then does is it travels down past the back seat and then goes on to the footwells. This one has actually travelled all the way up to the driver's footwell. So if I can just lift up this little gap here. Okay, so we can see that is absolutely soaking wet under there. So it's wet in the front, driver's rear. If we now come round to the passenger front, if I can just show you, I've just popped up this trim here. So my hands nice and dry, and if we just put my hand underneath this carpet and underlay and give it a squeeze, there we go, so we can see how wet it is. So it's wet in all 4 footwells. So that's what we've found so far.